than that, you're looking at sunny skies rolling all the way forward. Well, we're getting up to the spring equinox now. We are continuing to talk spring gardening, and as the new growth starts to come in, that green mixes with some of the old brown. Plants that haven't sprung back to life just yet may look a little bit dead. The trick isn't to pull those plants up, but instead to try and encourage some new growth. It's finally the time of year when the garden is springing back to life. Well, most of it anyway.
This milkweed was totally roasted in the cold, so what we'll do is we'll just cut it back at the base.
The winter's damage may still be seen.
I have some echinacea that was also roasted.
But pulling those plants out isn't necessarily the best option.
Your best bet is always to cut it back, because no matter what, you'll be right.
By simply cutting them back, you can inspire new sprouts to pop up.
If it's a perennial and you cut it back, then you'll see a flush of new growth immediately because you just stimulated that with your scissors or pruners.
Even if the plant is dead, cutting it down just means that it can go back to helping out your soil.
If you're cutting back something that's annual and it's going to be dying anyway, it's okay. The bottom is going to break down into the soil and it's going to feed into the soil, so you're doing some good.
So when you see those brown leaves, simply grab the shears.
This is going to stimulate more new growth like we have it happening already here. So yeah, just cut it back, because if we would have pulled this out prematurely, we would have missed out on an amazing perennial.
And the garden will be bouncing back in no time. In Lafayette, I'm Daniel Phillips, KATC TV3. And it really is important to try and get those old roots to decompose in the soil. It helps it out in so many different ways, from adding nutrients to aerating it. And then pruning also helps inspire a lot of the new growth. So if you want to start seeing big, bushy green foliage coming back, get those shears out and start pruning for the spring season.